confidence. Super pumped about this. I can't wait to really dive in and start welding some stuff. Tune in this next month. We'll be building some cool stuff.
Welcome to Scrapfest 15.
Alright guys, welcome to my video, and today we're going to be diving right into Collection Day for Scrapfest.
Arriving at destination on left.
Welcome to Scrapfest 15, milestone year. It's hard to believe that we've been doing this for 15 years, but super excited that you're here. It's so great to see familiar faces. It's so great to see new faces, and it's just mind-boggling to see what Scrapfest began as and what it's become. And Freeland is there every step of the way making sure it happens, so many thanks to Freeland for making this happen. Major thank you to Lincoln Electric. Major shout out to Benchmark Abrasives for Marco Markers, as well as I think PGH Print Ship, which is based out of Pittsburgh, but from I believe Johnny provides stickers from Slagtech Media in there. So major shout out to Johnny. The way Scrapfest works is you get an hour to pick up to 500. If you're in the large piece category, you get an hour to pick up to 500 pounds of scrap metal from here, and then you'll get 1 month to make a sculpture. If you're in the small piece category, you get 250 pounds on this side, and we're going to get a group photo first, and then we'll have you walk to your basket. Will have your team name on it, so you can find it that way. So after you've filled your basket with everything that you found, then we start the weigh out process. A staff member will take your basket with a forklift over to the scale, and then we'll weigh the basket. And if you're over that 500 pound or 250 pound requirement, you'll have 3 minutes to take material out so that you can meet that requirement. Okay? All right, so here's what we'll do. Let's all just walk over to this side right here. We're gonna get a photo first.
Alright, this is the group photo of all of the participants and artists at Collection Day. Amazing. Little sneak peek of just what the scrapyard looked like before all the artists entered the scrapyard, got their bins and started collecting. Nice and calm, nice and clean, and lots of very well organized piles ready to go. We're jumping right into it. All the artists. Everyone looking for those perfect pieces. Alright, this was a clip of me going live through my Meta glasses, so it's kind of like my point of view. Sorry everyone, it's so loud. I'm sure it's loud as heck. Let's see, yep, found it. Pretty sure that's copper. Ah, sweet. A copper tag. Something along that line. Yep. Fit that in there somewhere. Man, these have been here a long time. Outstanding Performance Award goes to blank. Yep. Perfect little pieces here. Yeah, that's cool. Trying to go for the small, intricate details, small stuff. Alright, I'm happy with these couple items here. Alright, at this point in the video, all of the artists have collected all the material. The buzzer has gone off, so everyone came back to their bins. And now this process is to weigh everyone's scrap metal, make sure they're not overweight, and then load them up into our trucks and trailers. I love this part. Bulldozers pushing all of the scrap back into their piles, cleaning up the yard a good bit. I could watch this all day long.
Oh, when you were actual riding. Yeah.
So nice of Freeland Industries to open up their yard for all of us artists to go and participate and do something like this.
Yeah, that would be a lot.
Thank God it was like dry summer, so I didn't like going.
Stoked with what I got. You'll be able to see some of the photos as well as everything that I got. There'll be nothing else in my sculpture other than what you see in that photo. So
That's it.
awesome day. It was great seeing all the other artists, seeing everyone there, and just reconnecting. It definitely gets everyone motivated, and I know I get a lot of motivation from when I'm seeing the other artists, what they're grabbing, what they're picking, and they have visions of what they're making. It just gets me going too, so I love it. So tune in this next month. We'll be building some cool stuff. So stoked.
All right, just a view of everything. You'll recognize some of the pieces from the last couple clips. Really didn't get a whole lot. 250 pounds fills up real quick, especially with that chain and the pipe. And we're diving right into the build process. I wasted no time jumping right in, starting cutting some pieces. I already had kind of a vision of what I was going to be using, what pieces where. And that box was my main ingredient to everything.
Good, better than it was. Something like that. Cut there. Cutting here. Oop. So 7.5.
What you're going to be seeing is me disassembling a bunch of scrap metal, cutting it all up, and welding it back together to make a sculpture. Hopefully it turns out as well as I'm thinking. I think it will. I have confidence. Super pumped about this. I can't wait to really dive in and start welding some stuff.
Got some sort of cat steel here and a ton of copper. Oh yeah.
Checking in. Today's the 15th. We are halfway through the month on the Scrapfest sculpture build. Whew, having fun. So let me share some progress. This video is going to come out obviously after the drop-off day and I show the finished product, but I wanted to make these videos along the way so I can share them after it's done. But basically, I'm going to share where I'm at right now. Not much. Basically took all that scrap metal. I made a box. I'm going to close off this side here. Nothing fancy. Just a box at this point. Then, so that is going to be the body of the robot. Obviously, I'm making a robot. That's going to be the body. So basically just let that dry there. Then this is the base, which I just turned into more look like a chair. Nothing fancy. I stick welded it, really rough. My goal was to make this chair look just like a rough old beat up chair, and that's exactly what I did. So that's gonna be a perfect base for the robot to sit on. Then at some point, I'm gonna paint this, and then for the rest of the robot, I don't even know where I'm at. My goal is just to weld this box up, make it look super good, and then go from there, finish making the rest. So look forward to checking back in a little bit later, seeing where I'm at with this project.
TIG welding some of these pieces up. I went with something, tried to TIG weld most of it. I got to the point where it started to kind of get hot and warm. So I started switching back to TIG and MIG, kind of back and forth. All this right here is TIG welded, MIG welded. Basically a bunch of spot welds because I didn't want it to warp. So I just kind of tack welded in a bunch of areas until it all filled in. Turned out pretty nice.
All right, well, end of the day check-in. I got everything welded on my box. All right, where am I at? There. Welded this piece on, all of that. Yep, I'm not gonna weld this side. I still have to do some work on the inside. I'm gonna be adding some features, some hidden features on the inside, but got it welded. Next step, I don't even know what the next step is. Doing something tomorrow. Jumping back into this Scrap Fest sculpture build. It's a lovely day here in Canonsburg, Pennsylvania, nice and cool. It's a little overcast. Perfect for welding in the shop. So can't wait to see what I come up with. I have a lot of ideas and hopefully I can bring them together, make them into reality. So stay tuned, see what's up.
And what you're seeing in this video is me literally figuring it out as I go. I don't have any blueprints or plans. I just have an idea of kind of what the outcome is. And I'm just figuring out as I go how to make all of that work. Alright, so I got my chair done. These are going to be like the bottom of the robot. So, let's put it on. My favorite part when it starts to come together.
For those of you following me along on my Scrap Fest build, I wanted to share just a little problem that I'm having that is a good problem, I guess. Is most of my build and most of my sculpture is made out of stainless steel and mild steel. So that's going really well. I'm able to weld those together, looking good. Now this piece I need for the remaining portion of my sculpture. And unfortunately when I grabbed it, I didn't realize what material it was. I thought it was stainless. It is not, it is aluminum. So I'm going to somehow have to fabricate the rest of this with aluminum and mild steel and stainless kind of all together into one last piece that I need for the sculpture. I don't know how I'm going to do it. Now I can use rivets. I'm going to try not to because they're not something I got from the scrapyard. So I'm trying my best to avoid that. Going to have to use some, but try not to. So what I am going to be doing is, I think I'm going to be doing, is using some of this copper wire that I have to do more of a sewing style where I'm going to drill holes through here and then feed the wire through and kind of bring it all together with the copper wire. So might not be able to weld it, but at least we can tie it together with some copper. So thought that'd be kind of a cool thing to share about the challenge, and yeah, that's what keeps it interesting.
All right. Pretty simple here, just getting those pieces marked up. Going to be cutting them up and getting them into usable pieces.
All right, so right now I'm in the process of building a head for this thing. Fortunately, shared in a previous video, this is all aluminum, that taco holder thing that you saw. So, cut them into pieces here for lots of tacos. What I'm going to do is I'm going to basically make a circle. Next clip I'm going to show you. All right, this is about what I'm talking about here. Something along that line here. It's going to be a head, something like that. Can't wait to see this finished. Just wanted to see what it would look like with a head on it. Yep.
All right, you'll remember in the beginning of the video when I was picking all those small pieces of the scrapyard and how those are going to be brought into the usage here.
All right, just got done taking apart the chain here. We'll be building some hands. So I got some pieces, basically disassembled that, got the pieces, something along that line. Yeah, it's actually almost perfect size. So these are gonna go somewhere on the hands here. I would like each of them to be doing a different pose, thinking one of them, probably this hand here, more of a holding stance, maybe even bring it in a little bit, so that way maybe a can of soda can fit right into it, almost like he's holding it, or I could use that same size to fit like a vase for some roses or something.
Yeah, it's coming together. I'm really liking the design that I have so far, and the pieces from the chain look really good as hands. And the middle finger, I guess. Wasn't even really planning that. Maybe I should leave that. Oh, that's funny.
Something like that.
All right, what we're doing here is I'm going to be making a Plinko style thing. We'll be dropping a quarter in, having it roll down, Plinko down, do some fun stuff along the way. Maybe catch here, come down, do it again. End somewhere on the bottom here and then fall into the body of the robot. So it's going to be kind of like a game and then collects money. And the goal is to raise money. The first concept is to raise money for Scrapfest. So anything at Scrapfest that gets collected, I'm going to just donate it to them. And then whoever buys this, or if it ends up coming to my shows afterwards, like vendor events, I'll be able to just kind of collect money and kids will be able to play, drop some money in, make a few bucks along the way. So Somehow the money's going to fall back into here. I'm going to make this, close this up, but make some sort of door that opens or something, a way to get the money out. Not sure how. It's on my list of things to do. So next, messing with, and I want to make sure that I shared for the Plinko system here. This is really the material that I have to work with. You guys can see it's not a whole lot, you know, random bits and pieces, and we're just going to make this work the best we can on that. These little bits and pieces here, and then whatever I have left on the ground here. Pretty much all we have left from my 250 pounds. A reminder, when I collected my material from the Freeland Industry Scrapyard on collection day, I was pretty much right at 250 pounds. I think on the money. So I'm going to be pretty close to a 250 pound sculpture plus the bait. Pretty excited about that. So now I'm just going to find the pieces that I have lying around. This came out of the chain. One of those pieces. Just got to kind of weld those in place here. Obviously with a little bit extra space. So when the quarter comes down, it's got to hit this and hopefully Plinko around. So it's got to see where I want the quarter to drop. Could have it like drop here and go down from there. You know, it can go down either way. So I just got to figure that part out. I have it cut there. I think I need to go get some quarter. Alright, moment of truth to see if this works. It's welded, so we're going to go to this whole pile here.
All right, checking into my Scrapfest sculpture. It's coming together very nice. I'm very happy with the way it's turning out. I only have a couple more days to be working on it. We have to leave on Friday to head on up. So this next Saturday is the drop-off day. Crazy. Goes by so freaking quick. So anyway, my sculpture is looking good.
So I'm gonna have that sit up just a little higher. It's gonna be cool.
Coming back full circle on that cardboard cutout that I made and just set those pieces on top. So now you can actually see it in action. Shout out to Markle Markers. They sent us a bunch, all the Scrapfest artists, and they come in handy so well in my shop. I used them prior to this, but this needle nose marker is one of my favorites.
Scrapfest sculpture check-in. Let's see, where to begin? Still working. This is definitely not going to be ending anytime soon. I still have a lot of work to do and a very little bit of time. I definitely am feeling this Scrapfest rush at the end. I only have one more day. All the other artists who live locally in Michigan have 2 more days. Yeah, because I have to drive up on Friday. So definitely feeling it, excited.
So my conundrum here at this point is I know that the coins will fall down. That's pretty accurate. I'm going to say 1 out of 30 fall out somewhere. So I'm going to be adding a few more braces today, maybe a blocks like this. And now at this point, because I'm limited on the material that I have left, is I need to make a little door here that either hinges or swings open or swings this way to be able to get the change out of here. So that's just on my list of things to do today. And then if I can get that done, then that's when I'm going to move on to the fun extra stuff. So let's just double check this. See, this one got caught. What's interesting is if there's one coin going, it runs differently than if there's 2 or 3 going at the same time. I don't know if the vibrations do something about it. But also I notice after I weld, it's hot, it seems to work a little bit better than it is cold as of right now. This is gonna be sweet. All right.
This is the part where I'm going to start dialing in to a lot of the cleaning, a lot of grinding, and not necessarily polishing, but just getting it all looking a lot more uniform, getting all this dust and debris out of here. Cleaning up a lot of these sharp parts. I got to account for people touching this sculpture. Even though I prefer them not to, it's going to happen, and I got to make sure that it's somewhat safe, especially if I'm having coins drop in here. I got to make sure it's safe for kids and adults. So, a lot of grinding. All of this white is that ceramic spray it's called whale spray, ceramic coating or something like that. It's basically an anti-splatter, but it works super good. And the goal was not to add a bunch of splatter to this stainless steel, but now the challenge is getting all of it off. Not sure how to do that yet. Maybe just a little wire brush, just sit there for the next few hours. So yeah, coming together. Today's the last day for me to be working on it. Tomorrow we leave for Michigan. Mike Beaver, Bees Fab Lab, going to be joining me on the way up, and we got to drop it off. So can't wait to check in a little bit more on this and then be sharing the finished sculpture. Love it.
This is all exciting to see if my hinge is going to work like I planned. Just tack welded it in place. That way if I need to undo it, I can just cut those out. It's not super complicated. All right, moment of truth. Haha, sweet. That's all I needed to do. I just needed to open that far. You can get your hand in, grab the coins, and put it back. Damn, that makes a good hinge. All over. That was so easy. I don't know if you guys have ever tried to drill through stainless steel. It is a pain in the butt, especially with a hand drill. It takes forever, I swear. This VersaDrive, easy. All right. Well, we're finished. Today, we're leaving for Michigan, and I have to be done with this. I can keep working on this for probably another 6 months. Keep adding to it, keep changing, but you know what? That's it. That's a ScrapFest hustle right there. Is you got 1 month to build it, you drop it back off, and what it is what it is. So I would like to say that I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out for a month. I mean, could I do better? Of course. Could I do better in a month? I don't know. This is pretty much pushing it. So, yeah, fist bump. High five. Coin works. Head's crazy. Added a little feature. Encourage people to drop that in. Ready to drop it off. Let's go.
All right, got it all loaded up. And of course, I'm going to bring my ESOP Renegade Volt, and we are on our way to the drop-off day. We all met at Struck Studios in Old Town Lansing. It is an art gallery that if you're ever in the area, I recommend checking it out.
Tell you what, this didn't move around very much during the shipping process. All right. What's that?
Are you gonna have to weld something?
Nope, it's all set together. No, I just brought that just in case someone broke something. There's one piece in there, hold on.
Color turned out nice.
The color copper? It did, I agree. Right. Made it. Watch your toes. Coming around.
Again? Okay, I'll do that again. Yeah. The ears were tricky as hell, man. I spent like 2 days trying to figure that out.
Well, each year I end up bringing my ESOP Renegade Volt, my battery-powered stick welder, just in case someone breaks something. And without fail, something breaks every year, and it definitely comes in handy just for those quick little repairs. So easily set up within a few minutes. Throw it in the back of the car, drive it on down, help out these guys. So super happy to be able to offer that to everyone that I have that machine. So.
So, one more big round of applause for David Such for Yeah, if you're not sure where you are right now, because we do have some new teams, this is Struck Studio, and I'm sure you've seen some of the stuff in the gallery there. It's a great studio that David started about a year, 2 years ago now. So very excited where everything is going with that. So yeah, make sure to check out all the other work too. Sweet.
All right, drop-off day was a huge success. Let's get to ScrapFest, the main event. This is what it's all been about, all leading up to this. All right, the day starts at Struck Studio again, where all of the artists have to meet back up, pick up their sculptures, and get them ready to bring over to where actual ScrapFest is. So, just a load-up process. And this is one of my favorite views that I captured over the weekend, is the view of the forklift. I basically took one of my iPhones, one of my kind of like beat up old iPhones. I have the Rockform Magnum in the back. I stuck it right to the front of the forklift, and I was like, hey, can you drive around with this for a while? He's like, yeah, sure. So I love the views he got. You see all the sculptures being transported and moved. This is something not a lot of people would be able to see this process. So, and yeah, we got some rain. Only a little bit, didn't last too long, and the show went on. And I think in this video, that was my first introduction to the name of my sculpture. It's a Loose Change Larry. This was the view from our vendor booth, which is just to the right. We have 4 artists in there, all under one booth selling a bunch of art. It's pretty cool. Hey everyone, we're here at Scrap Fest Day 2. Got Andrew, Johnny here, the rest of our booth, Mike, Steve.
Yeah.
Excited?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a good day. The weather's holding right now. You gotta come down right now. It's like a little breezy. It's not too hot. You can fill both arms with stuff from the booth and carry it back to your car and come back and buy more. There's so many great artists down here. I mean, it's all the way down to end of Turner, both ways. This is the biggest scrap fest of all 15 years. So there's lots to see, lots of cool sculptures. Gotta get down.
Let's do it.
All right. We got like top tier.
Yeah, they used to be.
on Washington, like I'm in Rio town.
This is Scrap Fest. No, this is our 15th year, if you can believe it. It's pretty wild to think. So Scrap Fest started as a simple sculpture competition. It was David Such's idea. He came to my dad at Friedland and said, like, hey, Larry, I have this idea for a sculpture festival. What do you think? It was meant as a fundraiser for the Old Town Commercial Association. So it was attached to a different festival at the time called the Festival of the Moon and Sun. And over the years, Scrap Fest has just continued to grow and grow and grow. And, you know, I remember the first year that we had our first artist from out of Michigan. So when Steve Kost showed up from Chicago, it was surprising to all of us, you know, when he applied. We were super excited, and then all of a sudden now we start having
teams coming from all over. Now we have teams from all over Michigan, obviously from this area. And then we have 2 teams from Chicago this year. We have 2 teams from Pittsburgh. We have 2 teams from Ohio. And, you know, like we've a team from Missouri this year and last year. And we've had a team from Texas before. So like Scrap Fest just continues to grow and grow. And not only, and so you have the sculpture competition and you have the booth artists. All of the work is 75% made from recycled materials or scrap materials. So it has just grown into this thing. We have a refashion show now, which showcases scrap garments, garments made from scrap fabric. And obviously like the live music that you're hearing. We all feel very, very fortunate to be a part of this family that we've been growing. And the other thing to point out, like, this is a competition. Scrapfest is in this unique position. It's a competition, but it never feels that way. You really get the sense from the artists that they're pushing each other to do better. And they're always trying to improve their own work. They really do operate from, apologies if you've heard me say this before, some of you have heard me say this many times, but some of you haven't. So they really do operate from a your success is my success is your success mindset. And that really is in my artwork that you see, just continues to get better and better every year. Like you have artists who have already completed their piece helping another artist finish their piece if they're running behind and might not make the deadline. So it's like, we have this sort of family vibe here with Scrapfest, and it's a very special thing that you can't find everywhere else. So give it up for all. Next person I want to shout out is the one and only Heather Muley-Mossing. Give it up for Heather, everybody. She and I co-direct this together. We've started doing that together since 2018, and it's just been really awesome I think we make a great team, right? Ask Heather, you know, yeah, so no, we're really glad to be a part of this. Without further ado, third place for the small category in Scrapfest 15 is The Family Tree by Tommy Adams. Yep. By the way, while Tommy's coming up here, give it up for Bob Welton. He created the trophies this year.
Thank you, Bob.
He did it last year too. Just such an incredible job. He made the cactus this year. Thank you, Tommy. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Give it for Tommy.
Woo!
Second place for the small category, we have Before the Bloom Fades by Beeves Fab Lab. Give it up. Before the Bloom Fades by Beeves Fab Lab. Small category winner. So while Tommy is coming from Canton, Michigan, Mike Beaver here, he's coming all the way from Pittsburgh.
Woo!
Yeah, you got a photo? Who's taking a photo?
I got one.
Oh, you got it? Okay.
Yeah.
Now, first place for the small category for Scrapfest 15. Can we get a drum roll going, please? First place for the small category in Scrapfest 15 goes to Radiohead by Eid Mato. Say anything?
I want to say hi to everybody and thank you. We're so happy to be part of this event, knowing all of these cool guys and seeing all these cool pieces. And I want to also thank you everyone who already Mike Beth said their name and companies, and I will also add his name again, and the Friedland industry and all the Scrapfest guys. My friend David who shared his booth with me, also David Sach and Lansing Makerspace guys that provide a very cool space that we can work in. And I think Omid also want to say hi, and I'm going to thank you to all. Thank you so much.
I just want to say thank you again, David, Tad, my best, and everyone, okay? Working in this community just feel us in home.
Do y'all want People's Choice now for small category, or do you want that after? People's Choice after. Okay, we'll do that. We'll do People's Choice for small category now. So, People's Choice ballots. People's Choice Award. We had 770 ballots tallied. And for the small category, I should say, by the way, so we tend to have, historically we've had only one People's Choice, and we decided this year to go with 2 People's Choice Awards. One for the large category and one for the small category. So the one we're doing first is for the small category specifically. All right, so the People's Choice Award this year goes to Radiohead by Eid Mato. It's on Radiohead. All right, moving on to the large category. So in third place for the large piece category, if we can get a drum roll going. Third place for the large piece category in Scrap Fest 15 is Howling Wolf by Hammer.
Just wanted to say thanks again. This is amazing, but really it gives me an opportunity to get the microphone and say something that I wanted to say. All of this, all of you people, we started this in a parking lot, you know, with a wine tasting festival years ago. To see everyone coming together like this, the way that it's grown, your family, which means more than anything. David Such, this to you. Thank you. Mike.
Howling Wolf by Team Hammer. Yeah, Ivan Isle, Travis McGinnis, and Molly. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Second place, if we can get a drum roll going. Lions Dominion by Elk Metalworks and Mad Smooth. So if you weren't sure how this piece worked, this was actually a perspective piece, and it was their first time attempting one. If you're not familiar with what a perspective piece is, when you're walking around the piece, it might look like a totally different scene. And some perspective pieces don't look like anything, but they made theirs look like a totally different type of scene. And then when you look at it through a specific viewfinder, then it becomes a lion. And it's so cool. If you haven't done it yet, they have the viewfinder standing right in the exact spot that you're supposed to look at it from. So give it up for the Lions Dominion by Elk Metalworks and Matt Smith.
Thanks, Mike and Heather, for all you guys do for this. Thanks to Freeland and everybody that puts this on such an awesome event. We thank you guys for inviting or letting us be a part of it. Thank you. Thanks to our family and friends that came out to support us too.
Yeah. Lions Dominion by Elk Metalworks and Matt Smith. Before saying the first place as well as the People's Choice, I want to tell you who the judges are. So what we've been doing for the past few years is all of the judges, we had 5 judges this year, and that's always our goal, is to have 5 judges. And all of them are great metal artists in their own right, many of whom have participated in Scrap Fest before. In fact, it now becomes a thing, like if they can't participate, I'm like, hey, interested in judging? So it's a thing now. And we had, we have Chica, so Cecilia Garcia Lins, who's been judging. She's been in Scrap Fest before, incredible artist in her own right. We had Kyle Orr, phenomenal artist in his own right. He's participated in Scrap Fest before. He's won Scrap Fest before. We had Dace Kenixnecht, incredible artist, has been in Scrap Fest many times since the beginning. We have, we had Jenno Rivera. So Jenno Rivera has participated many times in Scrap Fest before. She's also a welding instructor. She's an incredible artist in her own right. And then, so last but not least, so we had to have a quick short notice substitute. So we were going to have Adam Stemka, who is a really great artist based out of Erie, Pennsylvania. And he, last minute, had a chance to be on national television, and he wasn't able to make it. We were like, he was able to showcase a lion that he had made. And so we wanted to encourage him to be able to do that. So David Such was able to come in last second as a last minute substitute. He'd already, if you're not familiar, David Such, he owns Struck Studio, and that's where we store all of the pieces. So he was already well acquainted with all the pieces. And so he was able to fill in last minute, so we really appreciate David for doing that. And also, looking forward to having Adam back next year. Okay, let's get a drum roll going for the first place winner for Scrap Fest 15. The first place winner for Scrap Fest 15 is 2B by Artfire Michigan. Artfire Michigan, 2B. If you haven't seen that piece, you gotta go check it out. It's unbelievable. They're on their way up now. Let's say a few words. Unbelievable piece. Here they are. Here they go. Hey, what up, fellas? Chris, you want to say anything?
I mean, thanks. I've been doing this for like, I've been doing this for like 8 years. I got third place once, but I've barely ever placed. But this year I teamed up with the right people.
Amazing.
We want to thank this whole festival. This has been really amazing. I did this personally years ago in 2011. And it's grown huge since then, and this is really cool and a great community. Everybody.
Give it one more time for me by Artfire Michigan. Go. Now, the last award that we have is the People's Choice Award for the large category. Again, out of 770 ballots. Let's get a drum roll going for that. People's Choice winner for Scrap Fest 15 in the large category goes to Howling Wolf by Team Hammer. Give it up. Yeah, let's go. You want to say anything?
I couldn't have done this without Travis and Molly. It took everything that we had to pull this together in a month. These two right here, these are the reason we got that belt back.
Howling Wolf, Team Hammer. Let's go. All right, so those are all of the awards for Scrap Fest 15, but
All right, just getting back in town from Scrap Fest. Getting Loose Change Larry all set up. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna open up the side, see what all we collected for Scrap Fest on donations. So all that money is gonna go down to the Old Town Commercial Association, also be donated to Scrap Fest. So let's see what we got. All right, the count is in. We have a total of $78.22 from Loose Change Larry, collected over 2 days of Scrap Fest. Awesome, high five. So, we're gonna be donating that once again to Scrap Fest and the Old Town Commercial Association. So, thank you all for your small donations. It's nice to be able to give back a little bit. So, until next time.
All right, thank you guys for watching my video, Scrap Fest Through My Eyes and my sculpture build. I hope you guys enjoyed it.